Welcome back, hunters. I'm the survivalist, and we return to the Hunter Call of the Wild, and we're into the map of Hirschfelden this time. So for any of the European players who have picked up Enjoy the Hunter Call of the Wild, this is probably going to be going through some very familiar sites in that forum. But we're probably going to work at just doing some of these story missions, build some stuff up. I know Hirschfelden I've done the least compared to like Leighton Lake on, so we've got a lot of stuff there. And we'll probably see about trying to get Mr. Sommer's bow here done. Basically, the target is basically just to get a fox with a 60-pound bow, so we do have to change up our inventory a little bit. I want to see if I should try to look at changing into some other equipment as well. It's like we've been using the Maraudy for quite a while now. So I'm wondering if there's something else I want to try picking up to use too. It's just, I like the look of a shorter lever action rifle, but I think that's kind of the only one outside of maybe some DLCs that I've got. Yeah, I don't really feel like using the handguns too much. Actually, I think the bear light there is what I will need for that, or maybe I have another one. Now, that's a 70, so yeah, I'll probably have to actually use that one. Or the Razorback. Let's go for the bear light. We'll bring that in, so that way we can use that. And everything else... Yeah, I think those should actually still all work with the bow, so I don't have to pick up anything else there. And that, I think, is actually all the real changes I have in mind right now. Now, maybe later on, we'll try using... I think I've got some muzzle loaders. Yeah, I've got 3 different muzzle loaders. I think the only difference really is the colorations to them, but maybe we'll try putting one of those to use later in this... while we're on this map. Now, let's just look at getting that all set up. Actually, I probably can take off a lot of collars from our bags as well. Because, whitetail, blacktail, mule. See, that's not going to work here. That's not going to work here. That's not going to work here. That... No, that's not going to work here either, because I don't think we've got anything large predator. That will work, though, for the red fox. I don't even think the turkey collars we need, but we'll take... I can't remember if the axis deer are on Hirschfelden or not. I don't believe so. Yeah, I'm looking for fallow and red deer. Okay, well, there's the red deer collar for that. Oh, the roe deer, that's another one on the map. Wild boar, that's on Hirschfelden as well. Is there not? I thought there was a collar for fallow deer. Like, unless it's, like, further into the details, but... Oh, there it is, the antler rattler, that's their call. Okay, my bad there. Those should be fine. I'll take the first aid kit just in case. I don't super think I need, unless maybe we do go out and look for some of the bison we might be able to find. But, let's see. Right, so we want the bear claw there. Ammo, yeah, we'll put that onto there. We'll give the electronic sight to that as well. I know some people are probably going to think it's a complete crutch to use, but it just makes it so much easier to specifically know what you're trying to go for, that I think I just want to keep using it. Oh, and you know what? We can actually get a nice full round out like that. Okay, so that should be all set there. Oh, we've got... Okay, call from something over there. I was just going to check and see if there's, like, a specific spot I need to go to. Looks like I might need to go to Spreeberg. Yeah, so it looks like we'll have to head up there, so... Yeah, just to start working on that. Oh, and then there is also... Right, the shooting range that's on Hirschfelden. I'm trying to remember. It's a little weird that they didn't include more shooting ranges when it came to the base maps. Like, if you want an archery range, I think you have to get, the South America DLC. I'm trying to remember what that one was called. You know what, I can even pull up the reserve map for it, but... Yeah, it's weird they can give you more of, like, practice spots in the base game for, like, as you pick up new weapons or such. Or more firearms tryouts. Okay, we'll travel up to this area here, and then we'll start just roaming about and... Oh! Okay, well... I guess when you fast travel, you cause everything in a certain radius to, like, know you're moving about. But yeah, if I go to here and we go to select a reserve... Yeah, it's Parque Fernando, where it seems like they have an archery range in there to work off of. Well, everything's loaded up and good to go. So let's just enjoy a little bit of a walk through the woods and see what we come across. Well, let's see. The wind is blowing to the south, so we might actually be okay working our way north and then west from there. But yeah, Spreeburg's a little bit of a weird area, just like sandwiched in the middle. But again, we'll keep ears open. Any animals that... I also want to quickly check in the codex. I don't know if... See, that's one thing I do wish it would have listed a little bit better, is that if you click onto, like, say, one of the reserves, you have, like, a species list. Know everything that you can hunt on that map. Oh, and... Oh, I want... You know, I am going to quickly take us back to the lodge, because I just thought about one more piece of equipment I want to see if I can bring with us, though... We might be a little tight on weight, and that's the electronic collar, because I was trying to think of, like, did I miss anything? The e-collar is at least going to be a really nice way of having a fair variety. Might not list all species the map has, but it'll at least help me out a little bit for, like, knowing what all I can go for here. I just have to check and see if we can carry it with having switched out our loadout to include the bow. Because, oh yeah, we should be able to squeeze that into our setup. Probably could have done this. I should just shrunk everything, get down here, but there you are. Yeah, we can take that. We'll slap you into there. And... Okay, so it doesn't really have a lot of listings on Hirschfelden. Fallow deer, red fox, wild boar, Canada goose, and the roe deer. It's not too much to worry about. But yeah, when I think of Europe, I guess I don't really... Since I am, like, more Canada-bound, North America-bound, there's all kinds of big game species, but when I think of Europe and that, not too much really springs to mind. I guess that's because I'm thinking more like Britain than I am thinking the full mainland Europe. It's like, again, the roe deer, the fallow deer, the red deer are probably the first things that come to mind, but thanks to, like, the Hunter Classic I've played too, and, like, even some carnivores with the Siberian Expeditions, kind of makes you think broader. I guess it is just, like, being more home-focused or such that you kind of are more familiar with certain things. Alright, so this is... Yeah, this is the right way to go. And we'll try to keep our ears open for anything we hear out and about. And yeah, I don't have any species I'm super, like, big and focused for what we should try going for. But there might be some animals that are going to be more fun to go after than others. Like, one I'm thinking that might actually be an interesting experience if we do take our takedown recurve. If it actually has the no, it should have the power to, because we can just put in the correct arrow. The Maraudy might not have power, and that's the, woods bison? Or are they plains bison? Let me check wildlife. Oh no, they're European bison. Yeah, because those might need a class of 9 to be taken down ethically. And I think there's only a few rare... Well, I shouldn't say rare firearms, but few really high caliber firearms that will let you go after 9s ethically. Thankfully, with doing the archery hunting that we have done, we have the arrow type that goes all the way up to them. We got a few boar tracks, so you can just go across the road there. And we'll just check on this here and see, because it looks like we stumbled upon a need zone. Oh, red fox, 10 to 13. Okay, well, we're a little past that time. But if this is to, like, leave the area... No, that might have been coming in. Okay, so... It's actually possible the one that went fleeing off that we heard right back at, the outpost was that fox there. With how dense the area is, I think we are going to have to wait until... I guess I could try some calls out to see if I can spark, like... Well, maybe not spark, but... provoke a reply. I'm kind of thinking we'll probably be more on the... we have to listen out for anything overseeing it. I mean, nice, beautiful autumn woods actually makes me think of how we're shifting in. We're still probably a month away from main shift, but like with August winding down, you know autumn is on its way, but who knows what weather-wise it'll be. I don't know, for my area, this has been a weird year. It seemed like winter was super slow and delayed, and even then it didn't really come with as much snow as expecting to. Again, climate change could be having its impact there. It's kind of hard to say, but I think it's kind of harder each year to kind of take a guess at what's going to happen. Oh, okay, we do have a buck there, but it's hard to say how old these tracks are, and it looks like yeah, hard to say what those rows were doing. It almost looked like it was one going up way, one going the other. What do we got here? Okay, just a more rest zone. And just keep marching our way about and see what we hear. Well, okay, kind of poor choice of words. Keep an ear out to see what we hear pick up. That's more appropriate. Because I really doubt I'll be spotting too much in the area here. Like, it is pretty dense with bush. Although that does give us a lot of cover, so if we do hear something and we can kind of work off it, I don't think we'll have much trouble actually taking the animals once we find them. And yeah, so Spreeburg Castle's probably just up there, and we're going to take the left down here anyway, because of how the wind is still working south. And it might be a little... Ooh. Oh, shoot, didn't even realize. Kind of surprised we didn't even hear a warning call from her before she decided to start fleeing. No telling how far she'll go. Yeah, it might be a bit of a quiet start on Hirschfelden. Because I know there are certain areas, if I really want to focus on getting us, like, steady action, I'd probably take us down to the southwest here. Well, I can see where some of my handgun hunting left a few, like, hunting pressure zones. Because, yeah, I know this southwestern area is really good for finding the European Bison in there. But for the rest of the map, I'm not too sure, like, where some of the, like, more active spots for species are. Oh! Okay, we might have actually spooked her from a sleep zone. Oh, there were... God, all kinds of things were apparently tucked down into this area. It is possible that was just like a lone row. And some fallow deer tracks. Yeah, let me just see what this was. I highly doubt there's more around here. It does say this was a rest zone for 2 animals. I only did hear one row running off. But yeah, I have not heard any calls going out in that. So I don't know if Hirschfelden is just like more of a quieter map to be on, or it is just the species around us right now have been a little more silent. Right up until they basically let you know that they ran off. Yeah, might as well just get back here. And once we follow this to the next fork in the road, we'll have to figure out where we want to go if we do reach it. So like, it honestly seems like a lot of the tracks are all going in the opposite direction of where I'm heading. So I might just be taking us to, like, empty areas, but we'll have to see as we just go. And I think the Hunter Call of the Wild might have the need zones for the animals spawn as you start each game. So I don't think it, like, saves the info as you've explored and you'll find more and more. It's like, as I'm going around here, yeah, there's no need zones that pop up. Way of the Hunter, I think, is one where it actually saves the need zones to be more static. So as you discover them once, you could always plan hunts to go back to those spots and see what you can find. And of course, they were, again, going towards the direction I'm coming from. Yes, okay, so that's Spreeberg Lake to the north. Yeah, we're past the castle. I don't think we have to worry about going into it, though. Oh, okay. I almost think she looks injured because the way, like, her footsteps are going, but it does say she's fleeing, so... I'll give it a try and see if I can actually pull her back, but I kind of doubt I'll be able to. Yeah, just the way her legs were almost like... I almost want to call it like splaying out, whereas it didn't seem like they were in step with the front. But... my guess is that we probably... Although, for spooking her, again, I thought she would have been much faster and, like, running off. Are there any... I don't even have anything like any... Well, I can try putting a hunting stand over there. You know what? Maybe that's what we'll do for Hirschfelden, is we'll try using the stands and the towers a little bit more. Because with the e-collar, I can always look at trying to see what's a good spot to, like, vantage from, plunk it down, turn it on, and just sit and wait for a while and see what does happen. Oh. Okay, you know what? We can work with that, though. No, we kind of can. I just realized the wind is going to be pretty bad for us. So you know what? Now I'll try and let that do its thing. I'll see if I can move away enough to not have our scent be affecting anything. And maybe we'll try and get some more practice in with the e-collar. And do we want to use... Yeah, I think we'll use the Stenberg. When it comes to hunting and stuff, I prefer, like, the equipment in that all to look more like, more traditional stuff. Like, more wood, so just wood and metal. Not really like anything fancy, like camo wraps or patterns or chrome or weird stuff like that. Just kind of feel like for hunting, you kind of like this vibe of... almost feels like it's from the woods in a way, or just natural part of the woods. Okay, well, just look getting up over here. And just try to keep our eyes open for her, so we can spot the row. They are pretty tiny little things, but I also don't know if they will be drawn into that collar or not. Because the e-collar does seem like it is much lower of a chance of things like do come to it. So far, not spotting anything. No. Ah, she is... Okay, she's only a 2. Yeah, see... I don't know, the way that the back legs kind of spread out looks weird, but that you tried coming this way again is pretty interesting. Makes me wonder if I can... I'll have to probably wait for her to calm down, but I might be able to try to bring her in and take her. But it's looking like I'm not really going to have the, that row that made the warning call coming in. I should actually do a quick check in these skills. I know there's some things in an ambusher that I think you can use, but it's mostly the scents that get the bonuses, isn't it? Yeah, see, that's for lookout point. Okay, hill caller might actually not be bad, but with it how far it is, I don't know if I'll get much use from there. When it comes to stalker, I do think I'll probably look for the triangulation stuff there first. And when it comes to perks, I think it... yeah, probably do like that. And unfortunately, I'm not really getting anything that's giving me like the thought of the row is coming in. So maybe instead, we'll try that. And I'll see about trying to crawl closer to where the caller is. I do need to be mindful of I would like some cover, since that red fox, again, with her having come back once already, it might be possible she'll come back again. Oh. Roe deer, but way, way off. I do have the sentinel in there I could spray on, but right now, because I can't really say we'll have a lot of activity going that direction, I don't think I'll use one yet. Well, was not expecting that to show up, but you know what? It might be a little tricky trying to get into a spot for her, but if she does kind of make a go around towards the collar to investigate it, we could always try for it, just that way we get something this episode so far. Now let's do 20. Okay, gotta wait for her to give us a better... One thing I do kind of wish too is, because the bows do have, like, they're on your stamina of sorts. There we go. I think the first arrow... It looks like when we were laying down, it might have gone right into the dirt here. Well, I shouldn't say that because I don't see the arrow itself, but... And I think the row was... I better check that. I think it was only like class 3, so that's why I'm using this type of arrow. Because, yeah, that's one... Oh, that's only 1 to 2, and then that's 2 to... Oh, okay, I screwed that up then. Yeah, that row's not going to go down from that. Shoot, I forgot to double check the arrow stats. I thought it was 1 to 3, 3 to 7, and then 7 to 9 for how they were divided. So yeah, that row is going to be going off with that. It's the fox that's a 2. Okay. I messed up on that one. God, even when the videos are going a little slower and I should be taking my time to double check everything, I'm still making some dumb mistakes. I have no idea how far off she'll have gone from that shot. Because I think I can use the Maraude ethically for that. And I have no idea where that fox is. Okay, I think I might as well look at forgetting the fox. We'll take this back and focus our efforts to trying to find that row, just to clean up that mess a bit. Trying to remember, is this where she went running off? Yeah. Yeah, that was my mistake for sure. Hopefully, though... Ah, shoot, I just realized the wind. So you know what? Might as well see if I can slap a little bit of that on. Because, yeah, the way she's run, it is basically right with the wind. I'm hoping she might actually turn off of this direction after a little bit into the bush here, but there's no telling. Now, and the roe deer aren't exactly, like, the toughest of animals out there, so it is possible, even though it's a low bleed rate, it might not be too long before she could start, like, showing signs she's losing health. But with my luck, that might not be the case. You know what, let me just, not that, yeah, that over... That on there, and that on there. I mean, I highly doubt we'll come across another fox while we're doing this, but I also can't rule it out either. Oh, ring-necked pheasant. Yeah, I can't really see it though, and it is a ways off, so... Well, at least we'll keep in mind that's another species we can try going for down the road. Okay, so it does look like she started breaking off. Now, I'm going to wait until the tracks say she stopped running before I'll try using any callers to bring her in. Just that way, then I'll know she's probably at a pretty calm point. And they should be effective on her. And I also have to be mindful of, like, how I've done in the past, not be too hot on her tail either. So I'm pretty sure there's been a few animals when I've been trying to track them back down when I've wounded. So I've been a little fast in wanting to go for them. Oh, maybe she didn't break off from the wind. Does seem like it is pretty straight down that way still. Yeah, we're in for a ways to go here. Now, when it does come to hunting games, it is kind of the odd thing of how do you want to have the players... I wouldn't say... Well, in some ways punished, in some ways how do you encourage them from not just like taking every pot shot that does wound things and send them off, but encourage them so that way, like, Do you encourage the player to try to go and solve their mistake, or if they do mess up the first shot, just have them completely write it off or not? Like, I think that's where the games can be a little varied on each other. Like, for the Hunter class, or for, well, the Hunter Call of the Wild, because of the active tracking system, if you do want to pursue what you've wounded in that, you easily can. Whereas, Way of the Hunter, if you do mess up on that first shot, you're kind of screwed in a little bit. Because then you don't really have enough spotting information if you do see all the animals to know which one might be your wounded one. So all you can really do is... I mean, I guess you could try staying around the need zone if you found them at one. But it has felt like Way of the Hunter... Both games are kind of ones where it kind of leans like maybe you should just leave it be after you've wounded, which isn't really the best hunting ethic to have, but when it comes down to the sake of, like, gameplay-wise, you're going to have more fun probably just letting the animals go you've wounded than actually trying to follow up. The Hunter Classic at least would punish you and say, like, you left a wounded animal out, you get a little scolding email, or message, or whatever you want to call it, but... I don't really know how you would handle that going forward, because you don't exactly want to, like, punish the player too heavily. I still feel like one of the best ways to encourage players downing animals and then making it more of a challenge as they get better is to have high penetration, high expansion stats to start. But then for, like, upgrading the ammo types, you lower the expansion amount. So that way it's more, as you get more precise with your shots, you're doing less damage to, like, the animal in general. So then you have better harvest scores. Yeah, it says she's in a trot from here, but I don't know how far off forward she might still be. There's also probably... no, it might not be the chance that she's gone too far. She might still be within the caller's range. Oh yeah, the blood... Okay, it feels like this had to have just, like, winged her or something then. Because, like, if it's still saying very low from this distance... Well, I shouldn't say that. It's still saying, like, 75 to 100. I think... maybe it's pheasants I'm hearing, but it almost sounded like turkeys to me. Not sure if it's just, like, map ambience, or, like, we're getting near a little flock of pheasants. Yeah, but she is going just right with the wind still. I think what I'm going to do, just for the sake of the series going forward, with all the mistakes I've been making, if I do get, like, it's a very poor shot and it's not, like, a vital, I just might let the animal go off with it. It's not the most ethical thing to do, like, hunting practice in real life and such, but... for the sake of just, like, the experience and keep the videos with proper and, well, kind of decent content. It's just better to save the time than trying to do like this for following up. If I can at least spot her while we're trying to track her down, it should be pretty easy and simple for a follow-up. Yeah, get that to 420 because that's what... No, actually, you know what? It'd probably be better to just use the Maraude on her. Like, I'm not sure how far she's gone, but at least it does seem like she is branching off from the way of the wind a little bit. I don't know if she would have followed the, like, little ridge line here or she went down. Guess we'll only find out as we keep going. Okay, there's our first 50 to 75, so yeah, it's... Definitely, if I do leave her so that way the arrow does take her down, it's going to be a long, long time for that. And it does look like, from what we can see here, she's kind of following up with the ridge there. But I don't see her walking anywhere along the slope. Oh. Oh, crap. Now, how do we have this? Because it looks like both up the ridge and down the ridge. Again, this is where I have to praise Way of the Hunter's tracking more, even if it is in lesser amounts we get to make use of it. Because, okay, well, there's blood up there. Nope. It could be for another member, or it could be hers. Nope. Oh, she got... Okay, so I guess she got scared up here and went down. Yeah, Okay, I'm definitely calling it in the future for the series. If I just wound them and it's not a vital hit, we're just leaving them to be. She broke down so I don't know if she went up and then was coming back along the ridge and then got spooked and went down. But like, for being just a doe, I'm surprised at like how sensitive it seems she was. No, oh, and there's even more over here too. Yeah, I don't know what to make of all these tracks. Like, that's saying very old. So I don't know if I should keep the pace going up further. And I don't think there's any way to get a wave, like, just from finding the tracks to get an idea. It has to be only, like, the droppings that give you your timing frame. Or, like, the timing window for it. See, that's saying... Oh, and there's more up there. So did she go there, then up, or up and down? God, this is... Okay, no, I think it's went there and then went up there. And it's still directly with the wind, too. I swear, it is an animal direction pointer. That... I don't know how she's there. But yeah, we'll... Okay, at least that cleans her up quicker than I anticipated. But I really... So maybe she went up and then came around, then back? I have no idea how to explain how was suddenly behind us there. But thank God for the warning calls, otherwise I would have no idea she was over here. No, that actually even surprised, like, with how we were using the electronic sight, how badly off that shot was. But that'll do it there. Yeah, so get that. Where the heck am I? Oh, ironically enough, we didn't get that far off track from the main road. See, I'm going to get us back up towards that, and we'll see if we can hear anything else making some sounds. But I think what I'll do when it does come... I'll try for one other animal. I'll try to make this not such a bad-off experience for the first episode on Hirschfelden. Try to get one other thing, then I think I might try setting the time of day to more like 8 in the morning or something like that. Does seem like once you are sort of midday, animal activity does drop a fair bit more. Yeah, with the weather, I guess that's kind of fitting for a Europe map to have it raining, but with the weather right now, I don't think I'll really be able to see too far off in the distance for trying to... No! I guess I was mistaken. Now, it looks like it's just the 2 there, isn't it? Does it tell me from the... It doesn't say how many are at that need zone, but... No, of course there's... you know what? Even if they're to the south, though, I can make use of that. Oh, and there's even some down... Oh! Okay, that's way too far off for the Maraudy to be accurate with, but... I can at least try to get us a little bit closer and keep an eye on everything. So I guess it's actually 2 different little groups of the roe deer that are down this way, since it did register 2 different need zones. Yeah, I don't know if we'll be able to get too close to try for that buck with the Maraudy, but we'll give it a shot and see if we can. Ah, shoot. Okay, thankfully those 2 aren't in the reed, so at least I can keep a bit of an eye on them to know how we're doing for our approach. And then the buck is, yeah, right over there. It does say he's just like a 1 difficulty for trivial, so... Certainly not going to be really high scoring or that interesting. But I think if I'm going to try for him, the longest distance I can try making the shot is 150 meters. So it's probably going to be tricky. Yeah, they're pretty calm. They don't care. Now take a look at how this lake is. Ah, shoot, it is a little dip around there. I wonder if I should even just try going for one of these 2 as we're working along the shore here. Yeah, you know what? I'll keep going like this. Maybe I'll be able to use the bank as it comes up around. Don't have to worry about the wind, and even just see if I can get one with the bow. I do have the correct arrow on it, so that shouldn't be a problem. If I use the rifle, then I know I'm immediately going to be spooking that buck that we might go for too. But it's a fair chance with just the bow and arrow. The other ones... One of the other two that I don't go for at this little part of this little pond or lake here will definitely run off. But the two that are further down, I don't think will be, like, impacted by us. Okay, I'm just trying to see if... it might be a little tricky trying to spot them through all the reeds, but... if I can spot them, I don't think there should be any obstacles that would catch the arrows we use. So I think we should be fine. And yeah, I just gotta be mindful I don't go stepping into the wall. I'm actually kind of surprised I don't get a little bonus for my visibility in these tall reeds along the water's edge. Yeah, still says that's at 100. Yeah, she's just calm and still drinking. I think she'll probably be the one I'll go for out of the two that are there. Deal with them, and then as I can get around to that corner, I should have a... As long as they're still at the water drinking, I'll have a clear shot and just a pop with the rifle. I guess my lips were a little too dry to actually make the sound effect there. I think the ranges I've got for the bow are 20, 40, and 60, yeah. I don't want to... I'm not going to use any calls, because I don't want to alert them to knowing I'm sneaking up this way. And now, though... See, the reeds are giving them the sight bonus rather than giving me any hiding bonus. Oh, I saw it for a moment. Or, well, I shouldn't say I did, but the game was picking her up. Yeah, no, it's saying it's, I guess, further back than the edge of the need zone is. But we'll just keep trying to sneak in and hopefully... we'll get our opportunity to spot her soon. I am really surprised that, unless they've moved off from this spot, did I take so long in getting here that is what happened? Oh. Okay, just make sure the fletchings are green. Yeah, they are. Oh, come on, it showed up for a moment there. I know she's somewhere right in the reeds here, but now the game doesn't want to let me spot her for some reason. Okay, I think right there is going to be my best opening for her being seated. Well, I shouldn't say seated, but I think getting in the way. Yeah, so that should be a double lung. She went down without issue. I don't know where the other one is, so I'm just going to... Okay, so the other one I don't think actually has run off yet. Okay, so she's right there. I might even be able to get her, too. And it's not like anything super special. But with those two down... Yeah, they are still both right there. He has at the 150 mark. Now, let me see if I can even... No, I'm going to have to be up a bit for... Nope. I didn't mean to stand all the way up. But I think if I lay down here, that can steady my aim, and I have a clear vantage right at him. Not you, but you. Yeah, he's down instantly. There was a buck over there on that side too, apparently, but we won't worry about that considering we've got 3 new animals. Yeah, double lung. Not sure if that... Yeah, that one looked double lung. One of the chimes that came through is like we collected. Maybe it was just the archery score. Yeah, I think that's all I heard that kind of made me a little startled for a moment, or like unsure what I was hearing. And I don't think we have anything skill or perk point. Oh! No, I have none available. I gotta go slower. That's the biggest thing I gotta do, is slow down and take my time better. I say that now as I'm going to run around, just collect that guy and fast travel to another spot for ourselves, but... What we'll do is collect him, just see what he registers as, and fast travel to a spot, and then start the next episode. We will change the time of day to 8 in the morning, and then head out for what we're after. There he is, just lying over here. And how do you register? Just a silver. But still not bad with taking it with just the one shot. I think the biggest issue is that I've got to really, again, slow down, but also pay more attention to making sure I have all the setup right. Correct ammo, correct distance, correct placement. If I can do that, things will be much better off for us for, like, seeing results. Oh, but you know what? We do have an outpost right here. So we'll just fast travel to that and end today's episode here. Bit of a slow start for Hirschfelden, but at least at the end there, I feel like we did pick things up a little bit with managed to get the 4 all in one. And yeah, there is something code in the game where everything, I guess, within 200 meters of a fast travel spot just zooms whenever you arrive. But thank you guys for joining me on this first... Well, I shouldn't say first. Yeah, okay, sure, we'll say it. On this first episode of us here on Hirschfelden for the Hunter Call of the Wild. If you did like the video, be sure to give it a like. If you have any comments, tips, or tricks, be sure in the comments right down below. And until I see you all in the next video or episode, Hunters and Survivors, please remember, as always, to take care, stay alive, and happy hunting.